Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. And tonight, it'll be the Portland Trailblazers going up against the Golden State Warriors. Brian Anderson here, joined by Grant Hill, Tim Legler, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. And this is what the schedule looks like for Portland. On Sunday, they'll be matching up against Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers. Then on Monday, they'll be taking on Luka Doncic and the Los Angeles Lakers.
The road is never the highlight of your schedule for any team, but for these guys, it is a chance to go out there, test themselves, and see how well they gel outside of home court. It could be a very valuable experience.
The starters for the Golden State Warriors. Down low, it'll be the tenacious pair of Butler and Draymond. Curry and Pods pairing up in the backcourt. And it's Moody in at the small forward position. And for the Trailblazers, they've got Shaedon Sharpe clinging out there with Deni Avdija. Then there's Jrue Holiday, and it's Kamara in at the 3. Grant, hard to believe that NBA games are back. Preseason pontification is over.
BA, you're spot on. No more guessing, no more wondering. The game's out now. A lot of optimism could be about to vanish in these first handful of games. Got to check it out.
Here's Curry after the basket by Portland. Tries it from the top of the key. He hits the back iron and sinks it.
Yeah, the sweet-looking jumper of Steph. It just looks so pure coming out of his hands.
Outside Sharpe. Back to Holiday. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
That is a quality look. You can't do it much better than that.
Now here's Moody. Pass to Green. Takes the 3. Hits the trifecta.
One of the primary ways Green helps this offense, operating as a stretch big.
And one thing's for sure, Tim. Shaedon Sharpe, one of the most electrifying athletes in the NBA.
Yeah, B.A., he is a highlight reel every single night with plenty of runway left in front of him. I am curious to see what he'll look like when he's a finished product.
The shot by Podziemski, no good. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. They get it back. Golden State has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. And he gets that one.
Red hot out of the gates. Keep it rolling.
And about 2 minutes into the first quarter here. Off the outside. Back to Holiday. Pass to Clingan. Warriors with the rebound. This is the first time they've seen Portland this season.
And they were the odds-on favorite in this matchup last year, but actually lost the season series.
And the basket by Curry. Curry's got 6 points.
Now, Curry's ability to stay on balance through that contact is impressive.
Portland moving it around. Here's Kamara. The offensive rebound. And it's good. 2 points.
When you're facing a guy as massive as Clingan, you really have to be smart about boxing him out. I mean, he is so good on the offensive boards to be so young.
Now here's Moody. Back to Curry. Launches it. And Clingan pulls it down. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 7, shooting a solid percentage. And the basket by Holiday.
And you can't let Holiday get lined up from anywhere on the arc, including in the corner.
Outside Butler. We've got 1:28 left in the first quarter here. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Well, plenty of anticipation in Portland for this summer when the WNBA will return to the Rose City. The Fire will reclaim the name from Portland's initial 2-year WNBA run from 2000 to 2002. And this summer, with the momentum around the league, the hope is that flame will endure.
A new beginning. All right, Shams, thanks for the report. for Portland. Jeremy Grant comes in for Kamara, and Damian Lillard subbed in for Holiday. Here's Grant, and the rebound goes to the Warriors.
Well, the defense was daring him to take that shot, and it paid off.
Here's Kuminga, nails the baby hook.
Well, you see the strength right there. Kuminga is skilled at fending off the defense.
And there's Klingon on the assist by Lillard. Klingon's got 6.
Rock the baby, working the size advantage inside.
Outside Craig. And a miss there on the triple. And so Grant will bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Here's Lillard. 14 points his last outing. And the dunk by Lillard.
Hey, get up, Dame. Mr. Lillard taking flight.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Hield. Up and in on the layup.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
Lillard against Milton. Here's Sharp. Yes, great play by Lillard to set it up.
And you see right there the practice time Sharp's put in. Sound shooting mechanics for a guy who hasn't played a lot of games in his career.
Hield passes to Milton. Back to Hield. Well, it's been a high-scoring, competitive game through the first quarter of play. Portland ahead, leading by just 2. Let's take a quick break, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
Well, hey, guys, I mean, can we talk about how unselfish they've been? Just racking up the assist numbers, moving it around with great precision.
And how about the work they've done inside, just owning the paint so far?
The Warriors trailing. So on the floor for Golden State to kick off the second quarter. We've got Butler. Seth Curry is out there with Buddy Hield. Then there's Jonathan Kuminga, and it's Jackson Davis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Well, when you think about all the miles Jimmy Butler has on his legs now, how many more does he have left, Grant?
Well, he's been shouldering the load for a long time, but what separates him from the pack is his sheer will and his IQ. So he might just surprise us a little.
Oh, he muscles it in through the contact. They call the foul, and he's on his way to the line.
I love this game plan. That's 10 points in a row from in close.
All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, we've seen them take advantage of the lanes given to them so far. The defense isn't plugging it up, and it's being exploited.
Another highlight for them has been their early ball movement, making quick, decisive passes to set up guys for great looks.
And one key for quality teams in this league, beating the opponents you're supposed to beat. What goes into that, Grant?
Well, B.A., they call them trap games. An opponent that, on paper, isn't up to your level, especially when they're missing key guys. The thing is, can you find that juice to take care of business?
Shot's good by Henderson.
There's something Henderson is still working on, getting his three-point shot to be a little more consistent.
Craig on the wing. Lays it up and banks it in.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
And so timeout called by Chauncey Billups here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. some changes here for Portland. Kamara, he's checked in for Grant. Sharp comes in for Thibault, and Drew Holiday is subbed in for Henderson. Fields checked in for the Warriors. So it's Portland now, trailing by 2. They come into this one following the loss to Minnesota.
I'll tell you what, once things started to go downhill, their performance plummeted. It wound up getting pretty ugly.
Well, let's give their opponent some credit for sensing that and putting him away. They were completely dominated.
Kuminga's shot is off. The Trailblazers have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Tim, it was pretty unique to hear the Warriors vets say they don't want a team to mortgage the future trying to chase one more ring.
Really shows you the selflessness of this group. Here you've got Steph Curry, a top 10 player in league history, who maybe would want one because there's no time like the present.
Thinking more like a GM than he is a star player.
Smart. Keep that covered stopped.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thank you, B.A. Jimmy Butler is the complete package. Coach Steve Kerr said he's an amazing player. The skill, the strength, the ability to get to the line, his passing connects the game. And in the end, it goes beyond that. Just his presence out there. He's a lion. He's a force. B.A.?
One of the best. All right, Allie, thanks for the report. Making a change here. Klingen's checked in. Looking at our leaderboard here, last year the teams that made an art out of transitioning from defense to offense. Second, the Warriors.
It seemed like almost every time they forced an error, they converted on it. Not just winning turnovers, but taking them to the bank.
Butler taking his time here. Ooh, good work on the interior from Butler.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. They trail by 1. Tim, when you talk about Jimmy Butler, just how hard of a worker is this guy?
Well, he's just exceptional. That gritty style of play is what makes him so respected, B.A. And as we know, he has a way of rising to the occasion.
So it's the Warriors now. Portland making their last shot. Out of bounds. It'll be Portland's ball. Denny Avdias checked in from Portland.
For your Trailblazers, number 8, Denny Avdias.
And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. It's stolen by Hield. Oh, and a fast break for the Warriors. Count it. Good. Hield's got his second bucket on the night.
This game has been like a seesaw. Both teams going back and forth at one another.
We see this in the NBA all the time. It is very difficult to keep a lead in this league.
And it's going to be out of bounds. Portland will have another go.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, that'll give them something to think about.
And the Warriors making a switch here. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Jackson Davis. Moody comes in for Butler. Podziemski's checked in for Craig. And it's Curry in for Hield. Now here's Kamara. No made baskets yet. Can't get it to drop.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Holiday against Curry. Here's the three. That shot off the mark. For Portland, they've got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. Here's Holiday. And Holiday powers it home.
Yeah, that's some flashy stuff from Holiday. I mean, those moves give confidence that carry over into your shot.
And count about that? 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Tim, does it seem to you that Stephen Curry gets better when the buzzer is approaching?
Well, if that's true of anyone, it's Steph, B.A., a former clutch player of the year. He's very comfortable with the outcome in his hands.
And that one falls for Curry. And Stephen Curry's been so good for so long. Tim, we tend to forget that early ankle injuries held him back.
Yeah, really, Brian, hard to imagine what he's overcome. Surgery in seasons 2 and 3, then strengthened his lower body and got those ankle braces. Sports medicine has unleashed a killer.
And so timeout called by Chauncey Billups here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
Let's go. We have a dancer. Let's see those moves. No thank you.
Pause here. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard and check out last season's best shot blockers. 4th, Donovan Clingan.
It's obvious that he completely dedicated himself to protecting the rim, doing everything he could to get his hands on as many shots as possible.
There's a minute 12 left in the first half. Outside Holiday. The 3-ball. Outside Sharp. This one for 3. He drops it from range. Sharp's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
Was starting to stretch the floor. That's 2 triples for him this quarter.
Here's Curry. Curry at the rim.
His shooting has been fantastic, and this team has leaned on him.
Here's Holiday. Kuminga pulls it in. The Warriors leading. It's Podziemski on the wing. Outside Curry. Back to Podziemski. Clock at 6. Here's Kuminga. Oh, Kuminga! Strong like bull.
And I like how they focused on getting high percentage shots, especially after the 3 balls weren't falling early on.
Outside Kamara. Now here's Holiday. It's good! It's good at the buzzer! Wow!
Great job ending the quarter on a high note.
That's just a great play on his part with the clock winding down.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. The Warriors on top, leading by 1. And we'll see you back here after the break. 3rd quarter action in just a bit.
Get ready for the Moment Light Arena Entertainment.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
Well, looking at the Warriors, when you come out rocking with 2 straight wins, you're feeling good.
Yeah, gotta keep that out of your head, though. Each game presents a new challenge.
And now, guys, let's talk about these Warriors and this close game they find themselves in.
I love how they're running their offense. They look sharp.
Yeah, hitting shots at a high clip, they'll need more of the same to pull away in this one.
And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Man, it's been quite a game for Stephen Curry.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hands, but that's a difficult challenge.
Tim, you got into the NBA media very quickly after your playing days. Were you naturally drawn to this side of the game?
Well, B.A., I think I always saw the game as a coach would, trying to watch all 10 players at the same time. So for me, the ability to stay connected to the game while also talking about it and hopefully teaching people really is what's drawn me to it from the beginning.
And no suffering the L from the broadcast table.
That's for sure. You don't have to have any sleepless nights.
Clingan out there with Abdia. Then it's Shaedon Sharpe. Then there's Drew Holiday. And it's Kamara in at the small forward position. That's the group starting the second half for Chauncey Billups. Now here's Podziemski. No points so far. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. And now a 5-point Warrior lead.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Pass to Clingan. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
Yeah, be careful. Clingan can bring down the house.
Well, one thing's certain about Donovan Clingan. He is going to be a defensive menace for years to come, Tim.
Yeah, B.A., he is a 7'2" monster, and he casts a long shadow in the paint. And for his size, he has the agility to hold up better than most centers further out.
And Steve Kerr wants a timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here.
Let's get some Raising fans. Welcome to the floor, your Trailblazers team. Who wants to update their fit tonight with a free t-shirt? Make a little noise.
Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Oh, Curry, what a tough finish.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
Blazers trail by 5. Some nice signs of progress for the Blazers last season.
And from that, renewed contracts for head coach Chauncey Billups and the front office. This is a young team that competes and shows a bright future.
Out of bounds, it'll go to the Warriors. Showing the numbers from last NBA season, the leaders in team steals. The Warriors, 4th.
And this is a team that takes great pride in being aggressive on the defensive end. They take good risk and know when to go after opportunities for steals.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Count that one. He's 8 for 10 from the field now.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
Three-pointer Sharpe. Here's Abdia. And terrific work on the offensive glass as he picks up the deuce.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot. The Warriors are trying to maximize what Steph Curry has left. Coach Kerr said, quote, "What we're watching with Steph is one of the greatest artists of all time in his twilight. What can we do to give him the best chance to perform, to make the game easier for him?" That's where we are. Guys, back over to you.
Looking to stay in the mix. Allie, thank you. And so timeout called by Chauncey Billups here. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. And Tim, last season, Draymond Green adding a Hustle Player of the Year award to his Hall of Fame resume.
Yeah, and B.A., that's an award every young player should aspire to have. But I know for Draymond Green, he was hoping to get his second Defensive Player of the Year award.
In for Sharp.
Well done, everyone. Your Blazers Youth Dance Team. Show some love, fans.
Three minutes gone now in the third quarter. The 11-footer, no good on the shot.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
The Warriors lead by 7. Here's Butler, and Steve Kerr wants a timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Legs, we've seen players extend their primes, extend their careers. What's behind that?
Well, I think you have to look at the absolute best, LeBron James, and what he has been able to do in making that investment in terms of caring for his body. It's a role model that all players should emulate.
Question is, can anybody replicate what LeBron has done?
Boy, that's going to be tough to copy that.
Changes here for the Warriors. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Moody, and it's Buddy Hield in for Podziemski. A minute 53 left in the third quarter. Curry splashing one down from 3.
And he's carried them this quarter, a dominant offensive stretch.
Here's Lillard. Again, the miss by Portland.
Good shot, gone bad. You gotta finish there.
Outside Curry. Let's go with a 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
And that's his second 3 of the half. He is starting to cook from deep.
And defense has been the strength of the Warriors. So So what do they need offensively, Tim?
Well, B.A., they need more consistent scoring outside of Steph Curry. Jimmy Butler certainly has help, but to win at the highest level, it requires more than one three-level scorer.
The three is up. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Lillard with the ball. Now guarded by Curry. Going inside. Lillard for two.
Inside, Lillard can deliver. He's a skilled finisher.
Outside Butler. From downtown. Rebounded by Kamara.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And the foul called on Buddy Hield. That's his first foul of the game for the Trailblazers. Williams is checked in for Klingon. Grant comes in for Kamara. And it's Scoot Henderson in for Drew Holiday. 34 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Back to Avdia. Henderson outside. Gets the three ball to go. Henderson's got 6.
He's so quick to react. Henderson has the shot lined up before the ball even gets to him.
Here's Butler. Williams grabs the board.
What a contest. That looked like a guaranteed bucket.
Pass to Lillard. For 3. That one no good. Avdia with a steal. Points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. The Warriors on top, up by 8. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm Assist of the Game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
And it's such an advantage to have a big man who can facilitate at a high level like that.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And so in the game for the Warriors, Torrey Craig out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Trace Jackson-Davis. Then it's Kuminga. And it's Hield in at the point. And Robert Williams picks up the foul. That's his first foul. The Warriors lead by 8. Outside Hield. Portland with a rebound. Sharp with it. Kuminga defends. Henderson against Craig. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
Whoa! Scoot! What a move.
Henderson's gone 3 for 3 from the floor. Here's Hield, and Steve Kerr calls timeout. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. From the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
During that break, Coach Steve Kerr had some advice for the team. He told them, no time to celebrate. The work is not finished. We've got to stick with it and keep growing what we've got here. Words of wisdom for his squad. Back to you.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Here's Butler. On the attack, JB.
And there's Jimmy Butler later on in his career, but still showing you the athleticism.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Butler against Sharp. Pass to Williams. Henderson outside. Shot clock at 6. Good work defensively by Jackson Davis. The Warriors lead by 8. Butler on the wing. Guarded by Sharp. Tries the 9-footer. And Steve Kerr calls timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. Making a change here. Klingen's checked in. And Golden State also making a switch. Curry, he's checked in for Craig. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. The 3 from Curry. Drops in the 3. Curry's got 17 now, just in the second half. For 3, here's Lillard. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
He just can't find a consistent way to score, and this team could certainly use it.
3-pointer off the mark. Blazers trail by 11. Sharp with it. Jackson Davis picks him up. Here's Williams. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Growing his passing game. Sharp knows being able to reliably create for others will really round out his skill set.
Now here's Kuminga, and Steve Kerr calls timeout, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. Changes here for Portland. Denny Avdias checked in for Williams. Kamara comes in for Grant. And Holiday subbed in for Lillard. Curry fires. Corner 3 buried by Curry.
Clutch buckets. He's paving the way as they hit the home stretch.
Outside Sharp. And the three misses.
I'm surprised he missed that one. He is a dangerous guy to leave open.
Curry buries it from outside.
Yeah, that shot almost feels like a layup for Steph at this point in his career.
Here's Holiday. Let's loose for three. The three is in.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
On the attack, Curry. Oh, touches it off the glass.
Oh, that is nice right there. Curry on the move and finishing it off.
Sharp against Hield. It's stolen. Outside Kuminga. Butler. Sharp there for the rebound. Blazers trail by 14. Here's Avdia. Oh, the lead pass. Great dish.
And Holiday takes this responsibility seriously. When someone is open on his squad, he gets it to them.
Butler with the ball. Avdia picks him up. Oh, it's off. Not a lot of time left for the Trailblazers in this one. Now Sharp. From deep. Yes, sir, with the three.
And everybody wants to see what kind of range Sharp has. Looks like the NBA three-point line won't be a problem for him.
Outside Kamara. Sinking the follow-up shot.
Now, what's the saying? Don't box out, get your feelings hurt.
The Warriors have gotten 5 shots out of 9 to go in this fourth. It's stolen by Holiday.
Things aren't looking good here. I mean, they need points and they need them now.
Yeah, this is one of those moments where everything is going to have to go your way. This is why they will go to him often. He's going to take and make shots.
And that's an intentional foul. And the Warriors make some changes. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Jackson Davis. Moody comes in for Kuminga, and it's Brandon Podziemski in for Hield. Curry against Holiday. Curry drives in, using the glass to lay it in.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
And this is where you really want to be mindful. No turnovers, no sloppy play.
Timeout called, Portland. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth. Let's hear from our analyst. Give us your take on the strategy being discussed right now.
I mean, they're still battling, but this one is just about official.
It's time for some t-shirts. Here they come. It's a tornado of t-shirts. Who's looking for some new swag? We have a bunch of t-shirts to give away, and we're looking for the loudest fans in the building. That was awesome, fans. Join me in thanking your Blazer dancers.
Seven-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Sharp. From downtown. Oh, it misses. No need to shoot. This one is done.
Yes, they've got to be happy with tonight's effort.
Beyond the arc. Curry fires. Cashes it in. And so Golden State takes this one, and by a big margin. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by. It's never easy to take a game in someone else's building.
Let's send it courtside and check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Draymond, you were stacking the assists. How much do you take it on yourself to be a playmaker for this team?
I play with a lot of great players. I just try to find them in the spots that they like the ball. Guys really shooting the ball well. I've been a playmaker on this team for some years now. That's my job, so just try to get them the ball in spots on the floor that they like.
You always bring it on both ends. Thanks, Draymond.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Grant Hill, Tim Legler, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Stephen Curry.